Okay, yesterday we discussed some examples on the functional interface and what are predefined functional interfaces, function, predicate, consumer, supplier. Today we'll see some more examples on that. Okay, now my task is to create one thread and print your name 10 times. How to do normally without functional interface? Without functional interface and lambda. How to do that? Tell me, you know the code already. How to create thread?
Interface.
Huh?
External main method to create an object.
Click y run method. Now here I have to print my name 10 times. I'm taking loop for 10 to do print 10 times. Okay, on write system dot out dot println name, any name can take. Okay, so this is simple way of creating a thread. Okay, how to run this, how to start, how to create thread class object?
Main method.
Main method. Take a class, any other class. You can take here also fine. Both are fine. I'm taking here only public static void okay. Now what I am telling, create this thread class object and start the new thread. Thread t is equal to new thread. Okay. Now I am calling t dot start. It will print my name 10 times. Okay, let's execute this first. I'm creating test class, maybe thread class 1. In that Java features lambda expression. Package name is lamb. Okay, copy this code completely and paste in Eclipse. Print run. Now I created thread and see it will run 10 times or not. It is printed as fine. Now what I am saying, thread class is has only one method. Okay, it has only one method, public void run. Okay, how to check syntax? Control Shift R. No. It has one method is run. Okay, that means this is the interface and has only one method, abstract method, so we can call this as a functional interface. Okay, we have functional interface, so we can implement that through the lambda expression. I don't need to create a class. Okay, I don't need to create a class extend thread class. This is not required. Simply I can write like this. How? See here. So thread is a interface or thread is a class. I'll take runnable. Okay, sorry for that. I have till runnable. Forgot to mention this. Okay, runnable. How to create thread? This is a new thread. So this example already told, that's why not just explain much. T1 T1. Okay, now check it will run or not. Okay, so I want to implement this as a lambda expression. How to implement this? Take a reference of this runnable r equal to new runnable. No, not runnable. Take this argument. Nothing is there in the main run method. Okay, lambda expression syntax. Open last semicolon required. And write your logic here.
ప్రతిసారి లాంబ్డా ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ సెమికోలన్
అర్థం కాదు వాయిస్ అయిపోతుంది.
ఒక మెయిన్ బ్లాక్ తీసుకున్న తర్వాత లాంబ్డా ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ సెమికోలన్
Lambda expression you can take anywhere, not only main block. Okay.
line number 15 ending with semicolon.
Lambda expression ends with semicolon. That's correct. Lambda expression ends with semicolon. Okay. If you are writing body, multiple lines. So here I created thread. That means these many things are not required. This I can remove. Okay. This thing I can remove. Simply I can create thread like this. Okay. Simple example how to create thread in terms of lambda expression. The last interview questions. Take this and read properly with lambda okay. This is simple code. So what I did here, I did not take any class, implement runnable interface, override method. These things are not required. Just I simply written lambda expression. What is lambda expression? A interface. Sorry, a interface can have only one abstract method that we can call as a function interface. Function interface method we can implement with the lambda expression. How to implement? This is a symbol. Why taking only open close bracket? The run method don't have any arguments, right? Run method don't have any arguments. That's why just open and close. And lambda symbol next. The open body, close body. Okay, between that, whatever logic you want to write inside run method, same thing I have to place here. That is about lambda expression implementation. Okay. Now same situation. Now same thing. What I am asking, I want to create two threads. I want to create two threads. One thread print my name, another thread print your name. How to take? Same, just copy paste. Tell me. Just take same class completely. Implementation lambda express implementation. Okay. And here I am printing your name.
Stop.
Voice break out. Now check the printing two parallelly or not. Okay, it will print two parallelly because I am starting two threads. To give more clarity, now check, it will print some random order. Okay, see, it will print some random order, right? That means two threads are running parallelly, same time. Okay, this is way of creating a thread with the lambda expression. Is clear? Difference? Without lambda expression, what I have to do? Basically, class, take a class, extends or implements, runnable interface, and override run method. Internally override method has some logic according to our requirement. This is. If I want to create another thread, duplicate name, maybe different implementation, write another thread like this. So these many lines of code is replaced with these 4 lines. Okay, this may be 10 lines. This is like simple way of implementation. For that, no need to take a class. Okay, no need to take implement runnable interface and override method not required. Just same thing we are doing with the lambda expression in this approach. Okay, so remember this here. What is this? This is a method. I know to take method name. Basically, the runnable interface has the run method. I am going to take method name. Method name is optional because I told lambda expression is a anonymous function. Function without a name. Right here. Here. Lambda is a without a function name. That means anonymous without function. Okay, anonymous function nameless and have only lambda symbol and function body. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's give one more example. One more example. What I can give. I have an interface. Example is bike. Bike interface. Okay. It has one method, public abstract int speed. Just I want to return some random speed. How to write? Normally, take a class, any bike, Yamaha or Pulsar, and implements bike and override one method and write your method, your logic here. Your speed is 100. This is the way of implementing the without lambda expression. With lambda expression, how to implement, how to write? Just take a main method or class. Okay, I'm taking outside better to understand better. First, I'm taking. So what I implemented with these lines, this may be 10 lines, I'll write in single line. How to write? By taking method, not taking any arguments. Just open and close because not taking any arguments. Open lambda symbol. Okay. Function body ends with semicolon. Up to here fine. And we have to return some value 10. Example 100. Give a reference. What is reference? Bike reference. Bike B.
Bike B is equal.
Now it is a 3 lines. Can I reduce more than this? Yes, I can reduce. If I have body multiple lines, then I have to use the return keyword. Otherwise, not required. Okay, what I will do? Just I will remove the body. I remove return keyword and directly put 100 here. This is also implementation. Okay. Those lines not written here, I'm writing. Third one is method arguments types no need to specify. That means optional. Is this clear? Next one is if implementation body has only one line, then we can remove return keyword and you can remove return keyword and open and close brackets. Example, this one, this is not required. Okay, that's what I'm saying here. If the method body has multiple lines, then open the brackets and do your code. Give a return keyword like this. Okay, so if I want to write a single line, just remove everything. Body also not required. Just directly do the 10. Okay, this is about functional interface and lambda expression implementation. Okay, next we go for next concept, default method. Before that, you just clear first some predefined functional interfaces in Java 8. Function is a one predefined interface that has only one abstract method, public apply. Return type is R, we can take anything. Input is T, you can take anything. Okay, next one is predicate. Predicate is public boolean test, taking input, return the any boolean type, true or false. Consumer has one method, accept method, don't have any return type, that means void, and input argument is have some type, that is any type, T. Supplier don't have any input but return something. Where is best suitable for return a return type is required but no input. I will take one example. For supplier, my task is here generate OTP. Generate OTP. For this input not required. Who is user generating? These things are not required. Just I want to generate some random number and return that number. That means no input. Yes, output. Okay, input is there, but no. So input not there, output is there, yes. Okay, in this case, which one is best suitable? In the 4, there is no input. Sorry, there is no input, and we have written something. Which one is better?
Supplier.
Supplier is better. Okay, supplier means it is a functional interface. And one more scenario, I have to take some input. Okay, list of strings I need to take and return the each string length. Which one is better? I have to take input and return something.
Consumer.
Just check, I have to take input and return something. Input undi, out return also undi. I have to give names, some names, and return each name in uppercase. That means we are taking input and we are returning something. Which one is better? చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఫంక్షన్ ప్రెడికేట్ కన్జ్యూమర్ సప్లయర్ ఏది బెటర్? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
So ఇక్కడ ఫంక్షన్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ ఏం చేస్తుంది? ఫంక్షన్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ is has one method public return apply. What it will take input? It should take some input and return something. Predicate take some input and return only boolean, true or false. Consumer take input but don't return anything. Supplier take no input and return something. So now my situation is, my task is take name, take any name as input and return name as uppercase. Which one is better?
Function.
Why function?
It takes input
The
and
apply method is used and return type is not.
Okay. Next scenario is, I'm giving input, take input as name and print that name. Don't do anything, just print, don't return anything. In that case, just print, don't return.
Consumer.
Consume.
Good. So this is a consumer. Next one is take input. Okay, take input as age, then check age more than 18 or not.
Boolean.
Boolean.
Predicate.
Just predicate.
Predicate. Fourth one is no input but return some value. Then
Supplier.
supplier, because no input supplier. So these are possible cases mostly we use. Okay. Any mistake here?
Bro, third one predicate. Second.
Okay. Okay, fine. So you know now what to use when. Okay. Now I am going one simple scenario. Now tell me or write your code yourself. Okay. I will give input as number and return square of that number. Which one is best here first?
Functional.
Huh? Which one is best here?
Functional.
Function interface. Okay, function interface. Function interface has what method internally? Public now write code how to implement same this functionality, this task in lambda expression. Try చేస్తున్నారా ఏమైనా? కాశీ, నవీన్, కార్తిక్. How to write?
Radius.
Right.
And screen stuck అయిందనా?
నేనేం కోడ్ రాయట్లేదు కాబట్టి. So given one task, just try to implement this using function interface. Okay. So Karthik, this is your answer. Okay, let's do some correction on this. This is almost correct. Here function is a capital F. Okay. Then I told return type is not required, and also you should not put equal to in between that. Okay, this is a variable name. This is a variable name, but not value. You can take anything. What is this return square root? We have to do logic for that. Square root logic. What is square root logic? Square. Okay, which is answer. We can do optimize on this. Simple. Okay, single line. Okay. Navin, correct. So try this task, below task. Try second task. Okay. Try second task and third one. These are the tasks. Try. I'll come in 5 minutes. But try your one. Lokesh, you also.
Yeah, bro.
అయిపోయిందా? చేశారు టాస్క్లన్నీ? లోకేష్ కాశీ కార్తీక్
చేస్తున్నామా?
సింపుల్ టాస్క్. This is about second task. Answer given by Naveen. Okay. First integral equal to true means second true, that is false. Correct. So you can directly write same implementation. Simply we can write okay, this is enough. Third one, take input your name and print name in 20 times. Okay, that means don't return the value. Okay, which one is better here? Consumer. Okay, consumer don't return the any value. How to implement? Consumer C equal to no input. So just open close. Print your names 10 to names 20 times. So 20 times means take a for loop. For loop is multiple lines. Take body for that. Okay, and write your logic here. This is SOP of your name. Task 4 is no input and just return your page name. That means supplier input your name, right? This name. Supplier don't take anything but return village name. Okay, this is simple implementation. Okay, this is a lambda expression. Just listen clearly, follow the notes. Okay, do practice programs. If you write your own hands, then only to understand. What is default methods? This is next topic. Default methods in the Java 8. This is new feature Java 8. Okay, what is default method?
Default method starts with 0.
Start with
0.
Default methods inside interface. Okay, so I'll give example on this. First, I'll cover what is why we need default methods. So don't compare this default methods with the functional interface. This is different concept. Okay, I'm taking one interface. That interface name is vehicle or car. I'm taking car as a one interface. I have multiple implemented classes. Example, Tata car can implement car. Okay. Now in that car, I have some abstract methods. Basically, interface can have some abstract methods, right? Those are car can have engine. Okay, car can have wheels. Or tires. Car can have the seats, public abstract, ties into, okay, into means how many ties it has. And also what else car can you have? Yep, seat capacity. Okay. Int. And car can have name or brand. Name is fine, or model. Okay, the written string model name. These are some methods, abstract methods inside a. Okay, these are some methods inside a interface. Up to now clear, right? I have one car that has three abstract methods: tires, seat capacity, and model. Okay, so one example, Tata implementing car is one implementation. There is another company, Maruti. Okay, these three classes implementing the interface. Okay, first Tata, what it is doing? Tata return tires has 4 tires, is fine. Return 4. Okay, don't think function interface now, the different concept. On seat capacity, maybe this is designing with a 5 seat, 4 plus 1. Model name, Nano. Okay, on same time, Maruti also trying to implement the car. The seat is maybe 7 plus 1, 8. Yes, tires 4, seat 8 capacity, and model is Maruti 11 models.
Maruti.
Altos. Altos. Hyundai 11 models. I-20. Okay, Hyundai I-20. Okay, this is same for this capacity, maybe 6 second view. Now this is more clear. I have an interface and have multiple implementations. Okay, I have interface. With that interface, I have a multiple implementations. So what is interface name here? Car. What are implementations? Tata,
Maruti.
okay. All this interface, it has a 4 abstract methods. All those 4 abstract methods is implemented by all the classes. Okay. Now what I am saying, there is a one new rule introduced by government. Okay. That is, every car should have, what is that? Should have seat belt. Okay. ప్రతి కార్కి సీట్ బెల్ట్ ఉండాలి. That returns true or false. Okay, that is Boolean type. Okay, Now what happened? Just I introduced one abstract method in the interface. Due to that abstract method, all implemented class are getting struggled, getting error. Why? It is saying there is one unimplemented method. What is that? The new method added, right? Seatbelt, that one. Due to that, okay, due to that, all implemented class are getting error. Okay. To avoid that kind of situations, Java 8 people introduce default method. So whatever method I am going to add inside interface, I will use some default implementation. Okay, will be written directly true. So every class should have the seatbelt. Okay, I will implement those directly in the default method. That means I will provide directly implementation. Just written clearly inside interface. I am providing some implemented method. Okay, up to now we did not see this feature because up to now we see only abstract methods inside a interface. But now I'm writing one implemented. It has a body. It has a body. So that is I mentioned with the default keyword. Okay, that is why I'm saying this is a default method. If we add default method, what will happen? The default method is available to all the implemented classes. That is why error gone already. Okay, that means default method is already available to all the implemented class because every class is implementing this interface. So that means all the implemented class is accessible to this default method seatbelt. Okay, if Tata wants to implement seatbelt with a different implementation. Okay, Tata don't want to provide seatbelt facility to car. Then what it will do? He can return false. My car don't have any seatbelt. Okay, and Maruti car implementing seatbelt, so that directly can use the car implemented default method. Okay, my car has seatbelt, so I'm using same. Okay, and same Hyundai also. I don't have any seatbelt feature, so I want to override that with a no seatbelt. Return false. Okay, return false. What meaning here? If you want to write new feature inside interface, better to provide that with the default method implementations. Because if you provide abstract method, what will happen? Just see, I'm writing abstract method here. What is happening? Check here. It is giving the error. It is giving error. That means it don't have implementation. It don't have the implementation. See here error. So just I added the interface abstract method, new abstract method. Due to that, all the child classes are affected. To avoid this kind of situations, we can write directly default methods with the implementation. With the implementation, that is important. Okay, with the body, you can write some methods that is called default methods. That means from Java 8 onwards, we can write some implemented methods in the interface. In the interface, that is called default method. Okay, let's see first some points inside interface. Up to Java 7, we can write only abstract methods inside interface, right? But from Java 8 onwards, apart from that, we also can write default method with body. Example, this is the example. This is the interface. In that, I'm writing the abstract methods. Also, I'm writing the one default method. What is default method here? What is default method?
Seat belt.
Okay. Sheet belt is a default method. So this sheet belt is available to automatically all tail classes. Okay. Default methods available to all tail classes. Tail classes are implemented classes. Based on okay. With a different implementation. Okay. Default method they can override with a different implementation. This is some features about default methods. Okay. Then here in the example in the Tata car, I want to use seat belt. This I want to call. How to call? Directly you can call. Okay. And in the Tata car, I want to override seat belt. I can override with my own implementation. Okay. This is overriding concept. So want to call that method directly. Use the method name. Okay. The fourth point is to want to use default method in implemented classes. We can call directly. No need to create object. We cannot create object for interface. Okay. So what I'm saying here, generally if any method I want to call. Okay. Example, in this test class, I have one method. That method is M1. Okay. That method is M1. How to call this method? First check this method is instance type or static type. If it is instance, create object for this class. Okay. Create object in this class. New test. Then we can call that method. Okay. T dot M1. If it is static, how to call? How to call this method? How to call static methods? Directly with the class name. Directly with the class name, you can call the static methods. Okay. So here to access instance method, we are creating object of the class and calling. In same as interface has some instance method. This is an instance, it's not a static. Okay. This is instance method. How to call this method from tail classes? You can call directly. We don't need to create object for that. And also we cannot create for the interface object. Okay. Anyway, we cannot create interface object, so we can directly call. How to directly call? Just call and give that method name wherever you want. Call. Example in tiles method, I want to call. You like that. So what it returns? Boolean switch belt. Okay, we can return the corresponding value. This is a way to call the default methods. Okay, these are main points. Read that up to Java 7, we can write only abstract methods inside interface. That is clear. But from Java 8 onwards, apart from the abstract methods, we also can write default methods. What is default method? A method which starts with the default keyword and has some body for that. Okay. Basically, default methods are by default available to all implemented classes. That means to implement that interface to any class, that class can access directly this default methods. Okay, that implement is not satisfied, we can override, and we know already overriding those rules. Okay, these are main important points about default methods. Any doubt on that?
Can we declare only default methods, so without abstract methods?
Yes, we can declare. We can declare no mandatory here. Right, like this. We can declare no error here. Both are optional only. Inside interface, both, not both, default methods and static variables and abstract methods are optional. Optional means మనకు అవసరం ఉంటే వాడుకుంటాము, లేదా లేదు, అవసరం ఉంటే డిప్లాయ్ చేస్తాం, అది లేదు. Okay, this is mainly about default methods. Okay, this is simple concept. Just to think to add, from Java 8 onwards, inside interface, we also can write implementary methods starting with the default keyword. Why the purpose? We want to write, and writing purpose also very important in terms of interviews. Without affecting implemented classes, we can provide new features to all without affecting or without changing anything. Okay, without changing implemented classes, we can provide some new feature to all implemented class of interface. Only this is a thing. For this purpose, we have a default methods and also same static methods. Static methods inside interface. So now tell me, up to Java 7, interface contain what things? What we can write inside interface?
Abstract methods.
Okay. Before Java 8, that means Java 7. Before Java 7 interface, we can write following things. Following inside interface. What else we can write before Java 8? First one is abstract methods. Second one is Second one is variables. Abstract methods are by default public and abstract. Variables are by default public, static, final. Okay, this is before Java 8. From Java 8 onwards, we can write default methods. Okay, next also we can write some static methods. That means we can take interface inside, right? Interface X I'm taking. Inside that we can write abstract method M1. Okay, M1 void M1. And next one is default method we can take public void M2. We can take static method. Default method has some implementation. Don't forget that. Okay, static method means public, static, void M3. Okay, this has implementary methods. M3 body. So same as abstract method, same as default method, we can write static method inside a interface. Okay, static method is a with body. With body, that means same as default method. Now what is the purpose? Purpose is to provide utility methods to the interface. To provide some utility methods to interface, we can use the static method inside interface. So example, if we write some points on this, Java 8 static methods inside a interface cannot be accessible implemented classes. So that means Java static methods inside interface cannot be accessible inside a implemented classes. So basically, while I told about overriding, in terms of overriding, static methods can be accessible in the, can we override or not? Static methods can be override or not? These are for utility method purpose only. Okay. If child classes wants to use interface static methods, we can call with interface name. Let's discuss these points one by one. Okay, I have interface car. In that I am declaring one method, static method, that is cost. Car cost. Okay, car cost returning some integer value. By default, I am saying return 10 lakhs. Return 10 lakhs. Okay. So by default, I am saying the car as a 10 lakhs cost. This method type is public static int cost. Okay. So what observe here, inside interface, I am taking static methods. Okay, I already discussed about default methods. Default method has some body, same as static methods also have some body. But static methods need not be different. It is a public only. You can start with the public only. Okay. There is no special keyword to mention here. We can use public static directly. And tail classes cannot override this. That means we cannot write same method like this as default method. We cannot write same method in the tail classes. We can write, but this is not a overriding. This is not a overriding. If you are confusing about overriding, method hiding, go and see that video. I already told static methods not part of overriding. Okay, we can declare same method inside a implemented classes, but it's not a overriding. Okay, and in the tail classes, we want to call interface static method. How to call? Directly using the class name. Directly using the class name you can call, but we cannot override. That is the main important thing. Okay, tail classes wants to use the interface static methods. They can call with the interface name directly. Okay, these are our static methods, default methods, static methods. Any doubt on this? Any doubts?
No, bro.
Okay, fourth point is only public static, public abstract, default static except are permitted for the abstract or interface methods. Okay, only these are permitted. We cannot write public, we cannot write protected. Okay, let's see protected, also not allowed. Also not allowed. Okay, these are only modifiers allowed inside interface method. Any doubts on this? So up to now we covered think 4 features of Java 8. What are those? Functional interface completed, Lambda expression, default methods, static methods. Next we'll go for date and time API or stream API. Mostly we'll go for these 3 will complete maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Then we'll go for new concept. Okay, stream API takes much time, maybe complete 1 day. Remaining 1 day. Now tell me, after Java 8, after maybe from Java 8. Okay, from Java 8 inside a interface, what we can write? Tell me one by one. Wait, I lost names. Lokesh. Lokesh, unmute Seva. Okay, anyone? Kasi? Karthik?
చెప్పన్నా హలో
చెప్పు Karthik, answer. Naveen?
Default methods.
Okay, from Java 8, we can write default methods.
We can use lambda equation.
Next,
Functional interfaces.
static methods. Static
Interface.
variables. Okay, these are we can write from the Java 8 onwards inside interface. Functional interface, different concept, that is interface. I'm asking inside interface what we can write. In starting I told, don't compare this concept with the functional interface.
Okay, bro.
Functional interface
Okay.
means that should have only one abstract
Only one
method.
abstract method.
Now we can redefine some new the functional interface. So now inside next question is inside functional interface what we can write. Okay, so functional interface means should have only one abstract method. Okay, should have only one abstract method. Okay, apart from that, can have default methods, can have
Static methods.
static methods, can have
Abstract method and
Static variables.
can have static variables.
Static.
So inside functional interface, what we can write? Okay, which should only have one abstract method, can have the default method, can have the static method, can have means optional, not a mandatory. These are most important questions whenever someone working on any projects, someone attending interviews, definitely these Java 8 questions they will ask. First thing, if you remove Java 8 from your resume will not shortlisted. In interview also first they will ask what you know in Java. You know Spring Boot, REST API, that's fine. In core Java, what are all concepts were perfect? In core Java, I am perfect at OOPS concept, multi-threading, exception handling. You say all this answer, but if you miss the Java 8 feature, definitely they will not consider you into company. Definitely they will ask, do you have experience on Java 8 or not? If you have, that's fine. If you don't have, just end the call. Simply because without Java 8, no one taking. Okay, if whatever I'm saying, whatever I'm giving definitions, try to understand or else try to by heart. Okay, first read the concept, you will easily understand. If you are not able to understand, ask me, I'll repeat. Still not able to, at least by heart. Otherwise, you cannot survive in the projects. Everywhere in the project, you will see Java 8 streams. Main concept, I'm going to start maybe within 1 or 2 days. Tomorrow or left tomorrow, Java 8 concept. Okay.